So anyway, I'm going to be judicious in the clips I play. I do want you to hear this important, and I got to give credit where credit is due. Bill Whitaker from 60 Minutes, pretty tough on her because she didn't like it. She didn't fare well. Clearly, this didn't go well for her when she was asked about literally being handed the nomination. As we know, Kamala Harris doesn't have a single primary vote to her credit. They pushed Biden out and they anointed her. And Bill Whitaker wanted to know why.
Democracy best served by President Biden stepping down and basically handing you a nomination. You didn't have to go through a primary process. You didn't have to fight off other contenders. That's not really the way our system was intended to work.
President Biden made a decision that I think history is going to show is rare among leaders, which was to put country before self. And I am proud to have earned the support of the vast majority of delegates and to have been elected the Democratic nominee to fight in this election over the next month for our democracy.
But I think this truncated process is why people think or say they don't really know who you are.
Look, I've been in this race for 70 days.
I mean, that's the best she's got. That's the best she's got. I told you were going to get infuriated. You got to earn it. What have you earned? What has she earned? She didn't campaign. She didn't have to fight through a primary. A corrupt, desperate, pitiful, radical, extremist political party threw the old man to the curb and said, "You're the one, honey. It's you, lady. Bring all your cackles and your joy, and you're unburdened by what has been, because you're our gal." She's got to earn it. What are you going to earn it? By going on the Call Me Daddy podcast? Is that part of your earning process? Is that part of your process, Kamala? You going to sit down with Howard Stern and let him do a lap dance on you? You going to let Stephen Colbert kiss up to you for 25 insufferable minutes or whatever it was? That's you earning the nomination? Have you ever seen a political figure do less in your life to earn anything? And she's got the audacity to look that guy in the eye and say, "I've got to earn this"? Hey, lady, you haven't earned squat. Donald Trump's been shot at. Donald Trump's been shot. Donald Trump's been arrested. Donald Trump's been pilloried, eviscerated. And he's still standing. And he's going to beat her. I really believe that. He's going to win on November the 5th. 1 month from now, we're going to look at a Trump victory. Here was Bill Whitaker going on to talk about all of the reversals. I mean, this is a low ball. This is a low-hanging fruit. At the very least, you got to ask her about all of the flip-flops, from fracking to the border to the economy, everything she's flip-flopped on, everything. Bill Whitaker asked her about that last night on this special 60 Minutes episode.
Tell you what your critics and the columnists say.
Okay.
They say that the reason so many voters don't know you is that you have changed your position on so many things. You were against fracking, now you're for it. You supported looser immigration policies, now you're tightening them up. You were for Medicare for all, now you're not. So many that people don't truly know what you believe or what you stand for. And I know you've heard that.
In the last 4 years, I have been Vice President of the United States. And I have been traveling our country. And I have been listening to folks and seeking what is possible in terms of common ground. I believe in building consensus. We are a diverse people. geographically, regionally, in terms of where we are in our backgrounds. And what the American people do want is that we have leaders who can build consensus, where we can figure out compromise and understand it's not a bad thing, as long as you don't compromise your values, to find common sense solutions. And that has been my approach.
She is awful. She didn't even come close to an answer. It was all these bromides. I half expect her to say, now listen, don't park near fire hydrants. Early to bed, early to rise. Makes a person healthy, wealthy, and wise. Early bird gets the worm. Keep your chin up, you'll never be down. I mean, she had nothing to say. Can you explain your reversal on just about every position? I've traveled the country. What? Nobody cares about your travel schedule? What are you talking about? Are you nuts? No, she's not nuts. She just knows she's in trouble. She knows the American people and even Bill Whitaker of 60 Minutes are on to her. She is a nightmare. I'm thinking about the terrible candidates I've witnessed as in my years of doing this for a living. I can't think of a single candidate for anything that's ever been this bad. She's as bad as it gets. She's as bad as it gets. So when Democrats tell you they've got their faith in her, they don't. When Democrats tell you they think she's going to win, they don't. When Democrats say she's the optimism and the joy and she's not. She's just not Donald Trump. That's all they got. Oh, and abortion. The right to have an abortion. That's it. Try to go beneath that. There's nothing there. Welcome in. It's a Tuesday, 1 month from today. We've got the biggest election of our lives to consider. Our number is 800-655-MIKE, 800-655-6453. We're in the Relief Factor studios. We want to welcome you aboard. We'll get another hurricane update from Roger P. Schulman as he's battening down the hatches in Tampa Bay. But I want to put your voice front and center. On this caller-driven show, most important talking head for me is you. 800-655-MIKE, 800-655-6453. Join us.